Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Vitinha, Vitor Machada Ferreira was signed to Paris Saint-Germain in the 2022-2023 summer transfer window for his 40 million release clause. And this was him after having an exceptional season with FC Porto, clinching the Liga Portuguesa, the league title in the Portuguese league, and the Super Cup in the Portuguese league before coming to Paris Saint-Germain. He was also named as the best prospect in Liga NOS, joining the ranks of Joao Felix, Ruben Diaz, Renato Sanchez, and James Rodriguez. He started off beautifully in preseason, getting a lot of applause from his teammates and manager at that time, Christophe Galtier. He finished that off with a beautiful Trophée du Champion performance and getting a lot of props and appreciation from the Paris Saint-Germain fan base. And obviously won his first trophy with Paris Saint-Germain, the Trophée du Champion. And a few weeks later, Marco Verratti was laughing about his partnership with Vitinha. I made 3 games with 0 yellow cards. Vitinha took my place. It's good. And that's when a lot of people started speculating about this Vitinha-Verratti partnership. I loved it. Everybody loved it. 2 small, majestic, technical maestros, similarly to Iniesta and Xavi at FC Barcelona. And we had high hopes of what this duo could achieve. And we were finally thinking Marco Verratti has finally gotten his Robin, his partner in crime that can go through the tough and the best parts of a season with him, when previously he had to play with Wijnaldum and Idrissa Gueye and inconsistent Paredes. But after around 10 to 15 games, Vitinha dropped off that overperformance he had in the beginning of the season. He started feeling the pressure at Paris Saint-Germain, similarly to Manu Ugarte this season at PSG. Christophe Galtier did not help the situation either. He was a manager that sometimes put his players under the bus and did not give Vitinha what he needed. The confidence that he needed at playing at the biggest club in the world, Galtier did not protect him. Galtier did not help him, and neither did his teammates. In a game versus Monaco, Neymar Jr. was at the heart of these tensions. He complained sharply to Vitinha, not receiving the ball in the right areas and spaces. And here's a video of where you can clearly see that Neymar is not happy with Vitinha and even shouting and saying words to Vitinha. And after the defeat, Neymar Jr. went to Luis Campos and said this: "What has you helped us with these signings from the Portuguese second division?" And this was obviously to Vitinha. Vitinha was in the dressing room. Vitinha heard this and affected his confidence very negatively. He also had an altercation with Lionel Messi in training, where Lionel Messi said, "Not only are you weak, but you're hurting me," which ended up finishing Vitinha's confidence. And just a few weeks later, Vitinha had that disgusting miss versus Bayern München in the round of 16 in the Champions League, where he had an entirely open goal, but just passed into the net and De Ligt was there to clear off the 9. I'm not blaming all of this on Neymar Jr. and Lionel Messi, what they did to him, but this definitely affected his confidence. And as I said, Christophe Galtier didn't help either. But it's always going to be tough for any player, any young player with no experience as Vitinha, coming to Paris Saint-Germain with that pressure at this big club. And that ended off Vitinha's first season at PSG. Vitinha will perhaps not say publicly, but his last season looked like a Stations of the Cross due to a collective of rare mediocrity that he couldn't escape, but also his relationship with Neymar and his very tense relationship with Messi. Fast forward to the next season, and Lionel Messi and Neymar Jr. had left the club. Christophe Galtier had also left the club, with Luis Enrique replacing him. And Vitinha this season has been an entirely different player. Even from the beginning of the season, he's showing us stuff: consistency, quality, great gameplay that we hadn't seen from Vitinha previously. Vitinha was playing in different positions, but still having an impact in every single game. The consistency was there, and that's why I love the most, because when it comes to being a midfielder at any top club in the world, the most important thing is not to have high moments, it's just to be consistent, not make mistakes, and be good all the time. That's exactly what Vitinha did in the beginning of the season, and deservedly won his first Champions League man of the match versus Dortmund. And this was despite playing alongside Manu Ugarte, Warren Zaire Emery, who are both very inexperienced and both having their first big season at Paris Saint-Germain. He wasn't a leader next to Vitinha that could teach and learn him and make him more experienced. And Vitinha this season has 7 goals and 5 assists in 39 games, a huge step up from last season, and has been crucial for Paris Saint-Germain in all competitions. And he's even gotten high praise from our manager. Vitinha is a player who can play as a winger, in the midfield, or even up front. And that goes along with Vitinha playing as a left winger sometimes, playing sometimes as a 6, sometimes as an an 8, either on the left or on the right. So his versatility, consistency, and quality has been exceptional this season. Since the first training sessions, Luis Enrique has appreciated Vitinha's technical powers and his ability to turn quickly to break away from opposition pressure. Privately, Lucho even believes that Vitinha ticks all the boxes in terms of what he expects from a midfielder. The staff praises Vitinha's extraordinary stamina and his ability to play one match after another without getting injured and recovering. As we're speaking, Vitinha has played the 4th most minutes for Paris Saint-Germain this season, only behind Lucas Hernandez, Kylian Mbappe, and Gianluigi Donnarumma. And here are his stats compared to last season. As you can see, his progressive passes, progressive carries, progressive passes received, progressive passes distance, passes into the penalty area, key passes, and obviously goals have all gone up hugely, immensely from last season. And even this season is a development season. The Vitinha from the first game of the season to the Vitinha we're seeing now is still a different player. So we can see a seed growing, becoming a tree when it comes to Vitinha. The butterfly effect. Even when you look at his stats here on Data MB, you can see everything has gone up. Progressive passes, forward passes, duels won. His carrying should be going up as well here, and key passes as well. But when we look at FBRF, that's when we see the most difference. So all of the offensive stats, the shot creating actions, the non-penalty XG, the shots total, all of that has gone up. But in the midfield, his progressive carries have gone up, his successful take-ons, his touches and attempted in penalty area, and progressive passes received, which just shows Vitinha has really stepped up this season from last season. Vitinha recently had a huge performance versus Marseille, getting the important goal and doing a lot of defensive and midfield stuff that was really important and helped us get the 3 points against Marseille in the Le Classique. I can't wait for the rest of the season of Vitinha and the upcoming seasons, because this is a player that will be at Paris Saint-Germain for the rest of his career from what I know. We love you, Vitor. Keep on going. That's been it from your boy PSG, and as usual, allez Paris.